You asked me about the life lesson. I think it's number 11, where it talks about being interdependent is better than being independent. And you said it was a tough one for you. It's a tough one for me too, and that's why I included it. I think writing types in particular tend to be a little melancholy and a bit of maybe loners even. And we like to do things on our own. I know I'm that way. And I've learned, not just through this process, but through parenting as well, that really things are done much better as a team. Parenting's done better with a teamwork mentality. This book in particular was done better because I had a team of people that really knew the industry and could really share their expertise and walk through it with me.
Walking into a bookstore is a lot of fun. Inside those walls are a seemingly endless supply of ideas, adventure, advice, and simple escapism. I recently had the opportunity to interview on multiple occasions and become better acquainted with Sandy Calwell, author of the book, What If Parenting is the Most Important Job in the World? And I have to tell you, it's been an absolute honor and privilege to know this person. Her book contains 12 enlightening chapters complete with 20 lessons she says you would want to teach your own children. She approaches parenting as a job, but as the most important job in the world, and she intertwines those lessons into the chapters. Those lessons range from our work is not who we are, to the true value of money, and fear need not rule the day. And they cause me to seriously evaluate my own role as a father and husband.
So I think one of my favorite life lessons in this book is the blessing of a grateful spirit. And it's something I think that I've really embraced at this point in my life, is that there's still a lot to do yet in life. And there's still a lot I want to do. And maybe you're looking back on your life and thinking maybe things didn't turn out quite the way that you'd planned them. But I'm just so grateful that I am where I am. And I believe it's God's hand on me that has allowed me to be where I am and be able to appreciate where I am in this point in life. And having a blessing, the blessing of a grateful spirit is just so powerful when it comes to parenting, because every day is a blessing. And our kids are such a blessing, and if we can just step back away from the busyness of everything that we do and really just take that in, it makes everything more precious.
Parents will want to read this and then seriously reevaluate what they're doing, says Calwell's publisher, Marianne Nelson, of the Fern Press. Sandy brings out how important it is to teach your own children what they want and what they need to know.
Well, the process of writing the book started many years ago, actually. I felt like there was a need for a book that helped walk parents through the process of stepping away from a career and into the home full-time. It was true that most of my friends that I had worked with were working moms, if they were moms at all. And so it was an adjustment for sure. I think at that time for me personally, I wasn't in the same market as most of my friends. So I think that helped me establish a new base. But definitely, I was away from family at the time. We hadn't lived in Dallas all that long. And, I didn't have a wealth of friends and support system to come around me at that point. So I don't know, my friends, they supported my decision. I think every woman has to get to a place where they make that call for themselves and for their family, and they make it collectively as a family with their spouse and decide what's best for them. So they supported my decision. You get a little bit of guarded optimism with it. I think there's a lot of people that say that they wish that they could do it. They just can't make that decision. Well, you asked me, Ernie, about in terms of the practical aspects of feeding my family or the choices that we make there. The book actually talks about even back when I was a single person, which I had terrible eating habits. And I'm not a nutritionist, and I'm certainly not a dietary coach for anybody, and I make bad choices just like everybody else does. But I realized that I'm kind of a food mentor for my family, and I'm the one that's doing primarily the cooking for them, and I'm their nutritional coach. And so I can't expect my son and my husband to eat well if I'm not doing it too. And I think it's interesting you should ask me that, is particularly lately with the Camas and the Washougal mayors having this competition. And clearly it's an issue in not only our area but nationally. And I just think that it's just really important that, because the nutritional habits really do start in the home, and to what degree I can affect that, I think is very important. You asked me about the idea of a new conviction with parenting, and I start out that chapter talking about actually having a quote from Mia Hamm, and it talks about if you don't love what you do, you won't do it with much conviction or passion. And truth be told, I love what I do, and I didn't always love what I do. You know, I didn't always get there, but when I learned through the process of the journey that it's an amazing privilege. And so it's a change of mindset, really. Is thinking of parenting as not a burden, but a privilege. And when you really start doing the math and thinking about the precious amount of days, months, and years that you have with these kids, and the tremendous impact that you have on them while they're under your care, you can't help but get passionate about it, because they're going to go out in the world and they're going to change things. And a lot of their conviction and their modeling and their habits and all the things that they value are going to come from you and what you taught them. And so I can't think of more important work than that.